Ali LaForce, our reporter. You look at Orlando.
And they won the only game they played against this team. And this is their final matchup of the year.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, whether it's 2 games or 20, you'd love to go unblemished against any opponent over the course of a season. Of course, the opposite is just as true. Getting swept is no fun at all.
Now here's Carter. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Well, granted, 6'10", 250. Banchero is a guard in a big man's body.
Yeah, B.A., he has a great handle, which allows him to get wherever he wants on the floor. And the vision to create for his teammates, too. But if you put a smaller guy on him, he plays bully ball.
Here's Filipowski. It's hauled in by the Magic. Here's Wagner. And the dunk by Wagner.
Good decision that time by Wagner, taking it straight by into the rim. The defense had no chance to stop it.
Pass to Rollins. Connects from downtown.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Ali LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Jamal Mosley. Giannis was the topic of our conversation, and Coach said after a deep breath, I mean, there's no need to exhaust yourself over how to stop Giannis. He's going to leave his mark on the floor. We just have to deploy something to mute his production a little bit. They've definitely got their hands full trying to slow one of the game's best. Back to you, Brian.
As always, Ali, we thank you. Wagner with it. He's picked up by Filipowski. Off with the layup. Oh, Giannis dunks it home.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
From deep, Banchero bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Pass to Collier. In transition, the Magic on the run. Black, no good.
A good scorer around the rim. He is met there by an irresistible force.
The 3. Rollins, no good.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Wagner for 3. Utah grabs the miss. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Williams misses. Magic leading by 5. And Carroll outside. Picked by Carter. Pass to Black. And here is Antetokounmpo. A reliable go-to guy for them. He's averaging around 26.5 a game. Five on the clock. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
The sheer power of Antetokounmpo goes up and throws it down hard. That is impressive.
After 2 consecutive first-round exits, the Magic now looking to take the next step, Clark.
You know, B.A., making the playoffs was the first step for this young core. And now that they have some experience, they've added some talent, too. So they're determined to continue to progress towards championship contending status.
Here's Black, following the 3 by Utah. Orlando again missing.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Black. And no good. The dry spell continues.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Antetokounmpo for 3.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And it's Utah with the ball. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first. And that one, good.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Richardson, that's good.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, too easy for Nurkic. A big man who goes up strong. You have to meet him at the rim and counter his aggression.
Richardson with it. And it's Kuzma picking him up.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Number 13.
Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Number 13. First personal foul. Second team foul.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first. Screen by Edey. Inside.
Utah foul.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Edey nails both of them. Gets it off. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far.
Utah 18.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Magic are coming together. Paolo Banchero said, "This is a special group. We have something that you don't always see in professional sports. Guys really have each other's backs and look after one another. Not only are we close, but we're really talented and versatile as a team." Back to you.
An exciting young team. Allie, thank you. To the inside. And it's Edey missing. Utah trailing here. Ooh, strong move from Giannis inside. Well, Clark, players sometimes talk about the game slowing down as they gain experience.
Well, it's the benefit of experience, understanding situations, having gone through various situations as you get more engaged in the league over time. The more you understand where you're supposed to be, usually you can get there on time or early, and you're more reactive versus thinking. Can't let Antetokounmpo get deep positioning like that, because this is what happens.
To the paint. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Collier, no good.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Down low. Clock at 6. Here's Edey. Second chance shot. Utah grabs the miss. Well, when this one's done, they'll be off to Miami, taking on the Heat. And that'll mark the end of this 5-game road trip. Rollins, no good. Orlando trailing here. Pass to Edey. The rebound by Filipowski.
You gotta credit the defense this period. They've been all over him.
Richardson for three. Orlando again missing. Wow! A rim-rattling jam by Giannis.
Giannis has tremendous physical attributes, but his confidence is something that separates him from most.
Utah leading by 4. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
All right, Clark, let me ask you this. What can other big men learn from Wendell Carter Jr.?
I like his steadiness. He's shown a maturity since he's been in the league. He doesn't seem to get too high or low emotionally. You need fire and competitiveness and physicality to play down low, but you still have to control yourself, and I think he does a good job of that.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Pass to Nurkic. The kick out to Kuzma. Utah with another miss. Bane surveying the D. On the wing, Bane. Orlando moving the ball around. And it's slammed in by Carter.
With the 9-foot standing reach, Carter has no trouble putting that away.
And it's Wendell Carter with the foul. That's his first foul. There's the triple. Counted from distance. 5 points in the game.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Black. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wagner.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Utah leading by 3. A minute 31 left in the first half of this one. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. Ben Carroll the screen. Carter on the wing. Fires for 3. Utah grabs the miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Look at Kuzma getting jiggy with the dribble move right there, shaking off the defender and getting his shot up. That is sweet.
Now here's Wagner. He has 6. Here's Ben Carroll. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First team foul.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
51 seconds left in the second. Nurkic inside. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Black.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Black showcasing his full arsenal, and he's a guard.
There's 21 seconds left in the second period. Pass to Mikhailuk. 4 on the clock. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. That 3's off the mark. Here's Ben Carroll. No good on the last second attempt there. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Jazz out in front, up by 1. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Now here's Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, a gifted passer. Antetokounmpo has won multiple MVPs for his all-around game.
Black with it. Guarded by Antetokounmpo. Black, no good. Jazz leading by 3. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
Now here's Banchero. Give him 8 points now. Banchero delivers inside.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Assist goes to
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim. What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Giannis Antetokounmpo talked about what keeps him going. He said the most important thing is to stay humble. At the end of the day, I realized that I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm just happy, and I always want to be better and do better for my team. And that's what gives me joy. Guys, back to you.
You got to respect that mindset. Allie, we appreciate the report. Over to the left wing. Here's Rollins. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo, and that one goes in.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Utah leading by 6. Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Rollins. Here's Collier. 6 on the shot clock. Out to the wing. No good on the 3. Making a name for himself. Goga Bitadze. What do you like about it, Clark?
Well, you start with that wingspan and his basketball IQ. I mean, anytime he's near the rim, he's a problem at both ends. He's got a knack for scoring the ball in the paint. And again, you just can't overlook that size and length.
Now here's Richardson. He's got 6. Shot clock at 5. Here's Bitadze. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Poor defense for sure, but the offense was worse.
They swipe it. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Good ball pressure and fast plays like that will tighten this up quick.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Whoa! Giannis with a showstopper.
He is certainly one of the few true franchise cornerstones in the league. Few guys can take over a game like the Greek Freak.
Back to Richardson. Just 4 to shoot. De Silva with the bucket. De Silva's got his second basket of the game.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Outside, Williams. Utah moving the ball around. Antetokounmpo inside. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Rollins. Fires in the triple. Rollins has got 6 points in the quarter.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
No question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now here's Bitadze. Here's Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now here's Edey. It's stolen by Nurkic. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Nurkic just got his second basket on the night. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Utah.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Now here's Richardson. 6 points for him. And the dunk by Edey.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
The kick out to Kuzma. He gets it up. Can't get it to drop. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for the Utah Jazz. He's been productive.
The Jazz, 49.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Here's Richardson to the middle. Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
Williams misses.
The defense may have given him that one. Based on the results, you see why.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Orlando making a switch here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Collier. Here's Filipowski. Money on the 19-footer. And the Jazz lead by 5.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Edey inside. Utah with the rebound.
He's trying to get himself into a rhythm, but at what expense?
And Giannis with the dunk.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Shot clock at 6. Count it. Blacks got 4 points this quarter.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Black. That's good. And it's Banchero with the assist.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to Rollins. The kick out to Williams. 4-3. Utah gets it back. Here's Collier. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Utah leading by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's the pass to Williams. Fires the three. Wagner with the rebound.
For him, it has not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
Now Carter. Oh, he missed the jumper. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Banchero pulls it down. Now Wagner shoots a free. Money from 3.
Wagner, one of those guys that loves to deliver when it matters most.
Stolen by Bane. And it's Orlando on the break.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Wagner outside. Banchero the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Ooh, it misses. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Jazz. 2-point game. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Collier. Oh, ho, ho! That's a man on a mission right there.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Well, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Ball stolen.
Just an unacceptable turnover. You have to know where you are on the court.
And they know that. I mean, maybe it's a mistake that'll sharpen their focus a little bit going forward.
Antetokounmpo, left side. Clock at 4. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Not that time.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special. They want the ball in his hands when the situation calls for it.
What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
Antetokounmpo inside. Can't hit it. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wagner banks it home. Big shot.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Here's Utah.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
It's not over yet. And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. And Carroll with it. Black outside. Van Carroll the screen. 6 to shoot. Wagner outside. With the shot. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. And Utah has possession. Here's Collier. Antetokounmpo outside. Williams. Wagner with the rebound. Now Black. Picked by Carter. Takes a three. Oh, the shot is off.
2 minutes remaining in overtime. 2 minutes.
Extra time here. Just over a minute into overtime. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Now pass to Williams. Antetokounmpo inside. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Now Carter. Wagner with a screen. Tipped. Oh! Touches it off the glass.
Love the way Wagner has really embraced more of a leadership role over time, including taking and making big shots.
Antetokounmpo outside. Puts up the tray. Soft touch for the tip-in.
Big time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You've got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
Wagner buries it from outside.
Attacking right away. Once Wagner has the ball, he doesn't even think about it. Take it and go.
Here's Collier. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Look, in a game this tight, those little mistakes make a big difference.
Now here's Wagner. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Ooh, using 2 hands to power it down.
Late here in the quarter, they still have a foul to give.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Here's Rollins. No good from 3. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
At the line for 2, number 24.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
Ouch! That was a missed opportunity. Could have put this game on ice.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he ends up making the second. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. And Utah calls time here. They're trailing by 4. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. The 3 is off. So a close game here.